Middle-earth was never a world built for comfort or adventure. It began as a wound, a failure in the fabric of reality. Before time, before space, before matter existed, there was Eru Iluvatar, the One, the source of all things. He did not create the world directly. He created minds, intelligences, fragments of his own thought, which would participate in the shaping of what was to come. These were the Ainur. They were not servants. They were co-creators. They were meant to explore reality through music, to weave harmony into being, to understand existence by expressing it. This music of the Ainur was not allegory. It was law. It was the scaffolding upon which existence would be built. Every note carried consequence. Every harmony established order. Within this music, Melkor introduced discord, not out of mere malice, not out of simple rebellion, but out of desire for authorship. He sought to create independently of Eru. This desire is the first wound, the first fracture in reality. Unlike mortal rebellion or Horus's betrayal, this is existential. It is not about choice, it is about essence. The discord was not erased. Eru absorbed it, folded it into the final structure. Even chaos became part of the cosmic architecture. When Eru spoke the word Ie, the universe began already flawed. Time began after corruption. From its first instant, reality bore the mark of failure. Nothing could undo it. The Valar descended into this marred reality, believing they could repair it. They could not. Every intervention, every attempt to enforce order, produced unintended consequences. Raising the lamps, shaping continents, teaching mortals, all of it created new instability. Melkor did not merely rule, he became part of the world. Fire, ice, decay, fear, malice, cruelty, they are all infused with him. This is Morgoth's ring. Not a weapon, not an artifact, but a condition embedded in Arda itself. To remove him entirely would require unmaking the world. Absolute victory is impossible. The Valar eventually retreated to Aman. Not wisdom, not prudence, but abdication. They built Valinor as a quarantine. Light is hoarded, beauty is isolated. The rest of the world is left to endure the consequences of damage. This decision defines all that follows. The Elves awaken, not in paradise, but in a haunted land. Immortal, yet bound to a decaying reality, they are cursed to fade. Their immortality is a burden, a prolonged observation of entropy. They are aware of beauty lost, of order impossible to restore. In Warhammer terms, they are Eldar before the fall. Brilliant, immortal, aware of corruption, and powerless to halt it. Feanor arises not as a villain, but as the embodiment of absolute intellect and obsession. He creates the Silmarils, not merely objects of beauty, but crystallizations of the world's lost perfection. When Morgoth steals them, he does not only commit theft, he weaponizes desire. The Oath of Feanor is not a moral failing. It is metaphysical. Reality itself enforces it. The kinslaying that follows is not a sin alone. It is a fracture in the structure of the world, a wound that ripples across ages. The first age from this point onward is a cascade of catastrophes, punctuated by fleeting resistance. Dragons are not beasts. They are corruption made intelligent, vessels of Morgoth's essence. Balrogs are not monsters. They are fallen Maiar, administrators of cosmic law, turned agents of ruin. Heroes do not achieve victory. They delay disaster, and every success carries permanent cost. Morgoth is defeated not by bravery or strategy, but by the shattering of Beleriand. Catastrophe is embedded in the foundations of Arda. Victory is hollow, because history punishes ambition. The Second Age pretends to be a time of rebuilding. It is a time of denial. Numenor embodies humanity, given too much too soon, the proximity of immortality, without the wisdom to wield it. Sauron does not conquer through force. He educates. He manipulates fear. The rings of power are tools of preservation, designed to maintain flawed reality. The One Ring functions because it aligns with the pre-existing wound. Dominion, corruption, control. These are not aberrations. They are consequences of a world already broken. The Third Age is quieter, but no safer. Magic fades, not because it is defeated, but because the world can no longer sustain it. The wizards are restricted because freedom would tear the remnants of Arda apart. Sauron is weaker than Morgoth, but more efficient. Aragorn does not save the world. He delays its final dimming. The ring is destroyed, but Arda remains marred. The elves leave, not in cowardice, but to avoid slow erasure. Middle-earth does not end. It transitions. Myth becomes history. History becomes memory. Memory becomes silence. The Age of Men is the age of entropy, where survival is the highest achievement. Pause for a moment. Consider the point where the Oath of Feanor binds reality. Consider Numenor before its downfall. Consider the moment when Arda could have been minimally damaged. Where, if at all, could the least destructive path have existed? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Think of it as a cosmic debate. Reality is indifferent. That is the point. The First Age's catastrophes reverberate eternally. Morgoth's imprint lingers in mountains, rivers, and souls. Dragons are instruments of destruction. Balrogs are the shadow of fallen authority. Every city burned, every kingdom shattered, every soul lost is an echo of the initial fracture. The Second Age continues the pattern, but now human ambition joins the ongoing corruption. Numenor rises as the pinnacle of mortal potential, yet falls under the weight of pride and fear. Sauron's deception is subtle, almost pedagogical. He teaches humanity to fear mortality, to hoard power, to imitate immortals without understanding the cost. The rings of power are not instruments of domination initially. They are stabilizers in a universe already unstable, yet they also encode corruption. The One Ring functions as a perfect reflection of the world's wound. The Third Age brings the final fading. Magic diminishes, not because evil triumphs, but because the world itself cannot sustain the power it once contained. Gandalf's departure is not defeat. It is acknowledgement that the world cannot endure freedom. Sauron's defeat is a temporary reprieve. Aragorn does not bring restoration. He is a caretaker, delaying collapse. The elves depart because remaining would allow entropy to erode all that is luminous. Middle-earth transitions into history. Magic becomes legend. Legend becomes memory. Memory becomes silence. Humanity inherits a world that is mortal, flawed, and devoid of the potency once wielded by immortals. Industry, ambition, and dominion replace the vanished power. Entropy continues unnoticed, inevitable. Middle-earth was never meant to be saved. It was meant to be remembered. Each age layers on top of the last, carrying scars, ambitions, failures, and fleeting victories. Even the greatest heroes cannot undo the fundamental flaw. The universe punishes any attempt to exceed its design. This is Tolkien's cosmic horror. It is not dramatic for entertainment. It is factual within the metaphysics of his world. History is consequence, not narrative. The cycles of hope and despair repeat across ages, echoing the initial discord of Melkor, Feanor's obsession, Numenor's pride, Sauron's cunning, the fading of the elves, the departure of Gandalf. All are inevitable within a universe where the first chord of the music already contained discord. Mortals survive. Immortals fade. Victory is temporary. The world remains damaged. This is not pessimism. It is structure. It is realism within a fantasy framework. It mirrors the tragic elegance of Warhammer's narrative universe. Reality itself judges ambition. Heroes only delay the inevitable. When the ring is destroyed, Arda remains scarred. When Morgoth is cast down, Beleriand is lost. When Numenor sinks, hope becomes legend. The ultimate lesson of Middle-earth is that existence is a wound, and time is the slow, relentless exposure of that wound. Mortals inherit what remains. Immortals depart. History continues. Silence follows. Pause. Reflect. Middle-earth was never meant to be saved. It was meant to be remembered. It is ours to study, to ponder, to understand, to witness. Every hill, river, forest, and ruin carries the memory of all that was broken before it existed. Every song sung, every tale told, echoes the cosmic fracture. Survival, endurance, and memory are the only triumphs the world can sustain. And now, having witnessed the entirety of its history, from discord before time to the fading of magic and the departure of the elves, we can acknowledge the depth of Tolkien's universe. It is tragic. It is absolute. It is eternal. It is a world of consequence, a universe where heroes may act, but cannot alter the foundational flaw. Middle-earth was never meant to be restored. Its beauty is inseparable from its suffering. Its tragedy is inseparable from its grandeur. And in that, it mirrors the dark, inexorable universe of Warhammer. Endurance is victory. Memory is salvation. And now, it is ours. To witness, to remember, to carry forward the echo of a world that was always flawed, always magnificent, and always destined to fade.